We've all been there, to a church service, a concert, outdoor, indoor, wherever. And the sound was whack. I mean, it was just where we all sitting there turning our heads like, okay. Sound checks are necessary. In this video, we will discuss a couple of reasons why we as choir directors and directors should be concerned with the sound. Stay tuned. Hi, this is your girl Angela Elaine. Before we get into those 2 or 3 things that we're going to discuss, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like and share this video. I need you to subscribe and hit that bell so that every time I go live with these 10-minute pop-up sessions, you will know, hey, what is she going to talk about today? I'm sure I will benefit in some form or fashion. Listen, we've all been there. You go to a church, wherever, and that sound is just like, oh, you don't even want to, you're almost ready to leave, but it's impolite to just get up and walk out. That is one of the most, I don't even know how to classify it, but that is one of the most discouraging or royally turn off things, is to go somewhere to try to hear what the person is saying and you can't hear. The sound is just, as they say, discombobulated. That is one of the worst things ever, okay? Especially for people who are in music or just sound, period, all right? We don't want to be in that case. And, you know, sometimes it happens because people really don't understand how it works and what we should do with the sound. Second of all, it could be that they ran out of time. They ran out of time, okay? And number 3, just pure lazy, or 4, whichever one I'm on, just pure lazy. You know, a lot of people don't care. They just, well, we're just getting a whole bunch of people to sing and we just gonna run up there and blah, 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 and you just got musicians, we gonna run up there. I'm sorry, but I'm getting turned off just talking about it because it's one of my pet peeves. You always should make sure the sound is necessary, right? Always. That is a direct connection to you. That's part of, when we sit there and assess the choir director, we're not only listening for vocals, we're listening for sound, we listen for continuity in the group, with the musicians, with the choir. Is there a conflict there? Is there a conflict among the musicians? Is there a conflict between you and your department? There are a lot of things we look at, but sound is definitely one of them. You should always make sure your sound is right. Number 1, clarity. That is like one of the worst things, is to sit there and listen to somebody talk or sing and it's muffled and you don't understand nothing they're saying. You're like, oh, you don't understand nothing. You just, either the sound is too low or it's too high. And it's like, oh my God, is anybody even did anything to this? You want to make sure that you get clarity, that we understand is at a level where we understand what you're saying, right? You can sound real good, but it's muffled. There's no clarity in the mics. There's no, you know, we're not going to focus on enunciation. But there are times when the choir, case in point, went to a concert recently and Ricky Dillard and his choir were the singers. Now, we all know Dr. Ricky Dillard and his group, New G, Generation New G, are phenomenal singers. Phenomenal. They are always on point with their appearance, with their singing. If they make a mistake, you don't know it because they know how to, you know, they are professionals. I mean, I have to give it to hands down. You know, I don't worship, but hands down. They are excellent in what they do. Went to a concert. I was waiting on them. Right, I'm gonna be honest. I was waiting on them. They came out, the ladies were dressed nice as normal. The guys were dressed, everybody was dressed nice, but the sound was messed up. Whoever was responsible for the sound, we couldn't even hear what they were singing. It was like, and everybody just, you know, everybody's all the time, and we just stood there like, couldn't hear. No, they know how to enunciate. No, they know how to give the volume. We couldn't hear anything that they were saying, right? And it was, you know, even though we know them and we were trying to get with them and egg them, but it really took the concert down a while. Because one minute we could hear them, the next minute we could. It was just bouncing all over the place. And poor Dr. Ricky Dilley, he just got tired. He just said, the sound is not right, and he just exited the stage. And everybody was just like, you know, whatever. We need to be able to hear your group when they sing. I know sometimes you're like, well, they're not that strong. That's why you work with them to make sure they get strong. Put them in front of the mic. Train your choir to sing in front of the mics, and they won't be afraid to sing. That's just a side tip. Always have a mic in front of them and let them hear themselves and the monitors, and then they'll get used to that, and they won't be afraid to sing in the mic. That was a side. That was just a little choir tip on the side. But clarity, we need to be able to hear. We can't get the full effect when it's muffled. The music is higher than the choir, right? Everything is just all discombobulated. We have to be able to hear the group. Number 2, balance is perfection when you hear group. You don't want to hear, even in your musicians, you don't want to hear the drum way over the organ and the keyboard and the bass and whatever else, whatever other instruments you may have. For me, the organ has to be a little higher than everybody else because that's where I get my cue from. That's where I hear the pitches. That's how I kind of stay, even though I understand pitch and I don't need the organ to maintain the tone or the pitch. I don't need it. But I like to hear the organ. To me, the organ is the foundation instrument. And besides, I want the choir to hear them. Because I've trained you to hear your pitch or your note from the chords that the musician plays. So that needs to be a little over the remaining of the instruments. The drum, he's just keeping the beat. He should not be louder than everybody else. The click track should not be louder than everybody else. The bass should not be louder than everybody else. All of the other instruments are supplementary to the organ. That's in my case, right? And then I don't want the organ overpowering where I can't hear everybody else. Balance. Same thing with the singers. I went somewhere and I heard the choir and I almost passed. I was just like, oh my God. Normally the tenor section is not as loud, you know, because we don't have a whole lot of men. So you do turn that up a little bit. But they were totally overbearing, the sopranos and the altos. You couldn't hardly hear. They were down, the vocals was down on the altos. The altos were actually loud this time. But it was imbalanced. It was so, all you heard was tenors. And the director, he was just flapping and just going on directing. And I'm standing there like, are you even listening to the monitors? Do you even know what's going on? Do you hear these tenors are just like drowning out? And he was just directing. So that lets me know he's not even cognizant. If you refer to the video before then, where I was talking about the power trip, you know, you're forgetting about what this is all about. It's not about you. You just directing and flopping and not even listening. And you turn around and look at the audience, and we sitting there looking at you because it's not balanced. The music should not be over the choir. And within the choir, no voice should be higher than the other. You adjust the balance based upon the amount of people that you have. If I have quite a few altos, I'm not gonna have, if I have 10 altos and 5 sopranos, I'm gonna turn the volume up, the mic up a little bit more on the sopranos because I have 5 to 10. And I don't know about anybody else's sopranos, but my altos blow. I don't deal with that. Well, no, you are the harmony maker, right? You can harmonize with the sopranos or the tenor. So I demand that they sing. Don't come to me. No, if you can't hold your own, you gotta go, right? So normally I do have more altos, so I turn the volume down a little bit on them because each of them are gonna blow. You carry over. You should be able to maintain and carry your section without much help. If I only have 3 or 4 tenors and 2 of them are women, I'm gonna turn it even higher to balance out. And that's why you get there early. You don't walk in fashionably late unless you got expert people in your group. But even as a director, you should never become in fashionably late. Yes, you should have people that already know how to get things going, but you shouldn't be overly late. You should be able to come in and you should be outside the door listening. if it's balanced or not. You should be able to do that. So then when you do stand up there, or when anybody stands up there, the audience gets a full view of what's going on. You don't want them to sit there and like, did anybody do their job? And that's what, so you want to make sure that everything is balanced. Not too heavy over here. Make sure the monitors are right. Right? Make sure your monitors are on cue. Yeah, you want to hear the sound in the monitors behind you. You want to hear that. You don't want to sit there and because you can only hear so much with what's in front of you. A lot of people don't even keep that in mind. When you're standing on the platform, you got musicians over here or over there. You got the mics, you got the choir in front of you. The monitors behind you, that's what you gauge by. That tells you what the people hear. So if you hear dysfunctionalism, sounded like my dad, in the monitors, then that's what the audience hears. That's what the monitors are there for you to hear what the people out there are hearing. That's how you gauge it, right? They're not just there for decoration and just for the people sitting there in the pulpit to hear. No, they're for you to hear what the audience hears. And sometimes when you're too close to the subject, you really can't hear, you hear something, but you don't hear the full effect. What you hear may not necessarily be what the audience hears. So that's what those monitors are there for. So, and lastly, number 3, if you don't care, nobody else does. Simple as that. They only care about what you care about as the leader. If you take pride in all of that and you're concerned about that, then your group will be the same way. You get there early and make sure everything is in line. That's what you do. That's part of your job. That's leadership. You make sure things are in line. Now, they may not see you. Like sometime when I'm there, they may not see me, but I guarantee you everybody know I'm on the premises. They know I'm there. There's ain't nowhere in the world. If I'm not there, they know something really happened. But I'm always there on the premises. Chances are I'm there early and I've already talked to the sound people and kind of set it up anyway, as to what it should look like with all of the, the equipment, and make sure the booster and everything is right. I pretty much have an idea of where it should look, because I pretty much have an idea who's going to show up and where I'm going to put the good singers, right? So, they know me. I pretty much have the same setup every time. So they would already have it there. So by the time, I get enough people to come in, position them, sing with the mic, and we all sound good together. And that's why whenever we did a video, our jurisdiction did a video, you would hear the choir real good. Now, I got some people want to be up under the mic. Well, I sing under the mic because I got a big mouth. That is not the reason for you to be under the mic. You need to set, and that's another thing. This is another bonus. Make sure you place your people where they need to be. Don't have a person that's extremely loud. Everybody should be trained, but when you're dealing with a mass choir, everybody is not trained how to control their voice. So you got some people that sing so loud, they flat. They think they're doing something, but they're not. You have to be gracious enough to know how to position them and place them so that they can sing loud, but you way over there away from the mic. Position your people based upon skill and talent, and you have those people that people kind of lean on because that person generally is in tune. Those are your section leaders. You place them strategically near mics, right? So that the people that are around them they may know the note, they may know the note and may not be strong, but they're close enough to that person who's strong to know, oh, I'm in the right key, and they'll keep singing. Right? And then you have those people that you pull out whose mics are higher than the choir. That's what a lot of people are doing now. They may have 6 or 7 people standing. You see them standing down on the floor. They off by themselves. Yeah, that's who everybody really is picking up. They have the volume on the choir, and you still strategically put your choir. But then they also have some people on the floor whose mics are louder. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to plan. Their mics are louder. And that's who the audience is really listening to. That group of 8, 9, or 12 people who are sitting, you see them in a row, and then you see the choir. The mics are on with the choir, but then they have people strategically put in those places. But those 12 people that's right in front, that's who they really hear. They hear their mics over everybody else's. And so you, as the director, you have to be strong, and you have to be able to place people in the proper way so that your sound, not only do you look good, but you sound good. The how you look opens the door. Your sound keeps the door open, keeps people calling you back. Whenever you take the effort, and I'm ending on this, whenever you take the effort to make God look good, to give him praise, to give him glory, to put your all into whatever he's giving you to do, then God is going to bless it in a mighty way. And whatever you do for God, you want it blessed. I know I was a little hyperactive on today, and you all just accept that. That's just me. I'm that type A personality. I'm very gung-ho, very excited. But I hope I helped you on today. And if I did, hit that like button, leave a comment, share this video with someone. And by all means, everybody that's new, subscribe and hit that bell so that every time I do these 10-minute pop-ups, you will be blessed. I love each and every one of you all. Yes, I'm a little hype. Y'all love me. I know you do because you tell me that you do. And I love you too. Be blessed on today and have a great week, and peace.